All right, welcome back, everybody. I got to be really careful with my language. I want to give you an update about what's going on in my area, southern Maine. So, like a month ago, I showed you this video I took. It's of a TEST site located at Mercy Hospital in Portland, Maine. It's not at the hospital. The hospital's on the left there. It's inside of a little like garage that was the DPW's that they converted into this. And keep that in mind, because we're going to be looking at new stuff today. And you can see here, there's someone in the full garb, and they're administering a Q-tip up the nose. So today, Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday. Yep, today, Wednesday the 3rd, they opened up a jab center. Yep, where I live. Full-blown, fully functioning jab center. Here it is. Wait until you find out where it is. It's not in a hospital. Nope. It's not in a medical complex. It's not in a laboratory. It's not in a ReadyMed. Nope. It's in an abandoned horse racing track. And we're going to talk about who owned the horse racing track, and we're going to hypothesize about why it's in a horse racing track and why the TEST center is in a DPW garage, converted garage. There's a theme going on here, you know, and the word liability comes to mind. Do the hospitals not want to be liable for something? Is that why they're using an abandoned horse racing track? Let's see. We're gonna talk all about it. Hold on. Let's get to the pictures, huh? So here's a testing site. That was today. It's a lot busier. It looks like it's changed a bit. So you go through the drive-through and make sure your appointment's all set, and then you get in line. They open the garage door of the transformed DPW garage. Yeah. I got some pictures here, too. Here it is. There it is, guys. It's happening. Starting today. There were a lot of cars, probably about 75 cars there. Here's a better picture of the entrance. This would have been the entrance where you'd pay for your ticket to go gamble. And it just recently closed. I'm pretty sure Scarborough Downs, that's what the place is called. We'll look at Google Earth. Just recently closed, which is an interesting coinky-dink. And another question about liability comes to mind because the police aren't there. No, there's a private security company. And there was quite a few of them inside. There was only one car, right? And look what the car happens to be. You got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. Unit 33. This is a joke. This building's decrepit. This building wouldn't pass inspection. Like, if you bought this and tried to open up a racing track, they would say, no, this place needs to be torn down. Look at it. Look at this. Wait until we look on Google Earth, because southern Maine, especially Route 1, where this is taking place, is just every other building is a hospital or related to a hospital. So why are they doing this in an abandoned horse racing track? Why are they testing in a DPW garage? And why are the police not involved? Why are private security guards hired? What is going on? How do people think this is okay? Look at this. Look at all the people. What? Look at the building they're going into. It's a horse racing track owned by the mafia. And I'm not exaggerating. Here's a sign. Look at, oh my goodness. There you go. And it's not just owned by criminals. The criminal who owned it was involved with the torture of children in the state of Maine. And he ran for governor. Oh, this is disgusting. This is quite the story we're cracking right here. So starting today, we're in business. It's open. Here's you see, this is not a sterile hospital building. This is a garage. Here's the other garage where they store the DPW heavy equipment. The ground is covered in oil. There are trucks all over the place, excavators and stuff. Here is we don't know what this is. This is probably a heater. I hope it's a heater. But at this point, who knows? They're using a porta potty. So these people in their hazmat suits are doing their thing, and then, I gotta go to the bathroom. They go out into a porta potty. Something stinks about all of this, right? Yeah, you can see some of the equipment right there. And mind you, there's a giant hospital right behind it. Okay, so something's going on, you guys, and this is bad. So the guy who owned it, his name is Joseph Ritchie. He passed away kind of recently. From Rhode Island, mafia connected with New York crime families. We're not going to get deep into it, but once I show you just the facts about his life, I'm sure you will quite easily agree. Let's start with his youth, I guess. This is from the Lewiston Daily Sun, Monday, January 14th, 1980. Ritchie is one of 3 young men of the year. Joseph Ritchie, director of Poland's Elon Corporation. We're going to talk about that. Remember, this is a guy that owned Scarborough Downs before it became a VAX site. He has been chosen as one of 3 outstanding young men of the year in Maine, who will represent the state's JC chapters at the 17th state regional level of the national JCs in August. Ritchie was a Lewiston Auburn JC's choice for the Outstanding Young Man of the Year. What is a JC besides a mockery of Jesus Christ's initials? Well, we'll find out. The regular suspects are going to come in. Let's continue this, though. Ritchie, a millionaire, also is president of Scarborough Downs. A drug addict at age 12, he has widely publicized success in rehabilitating other drug and alcohol-addicted teenagers at his Maine complex. For decades, this complex, this Elon School it's called, was torturing children. Brutally torturing children, and the state of Maine covered it up. Every time people demanded an investigation, the state of Maine gave public warning to the Elon School before they showed up. And there's a documentary on Amazon Prime. I encourage you to go watch it tonight. It'll blow your mind. This is the guy who owned the property where they're doing this pseudoscience now, pseudomedicine. So let's keep reading real quick. In a letter recommending Ritchie for the Lewiston Auburn Award, Quoddy Moccasins administrative manager Donald Booten wrote that Ritchie's success rate in helping to improve the lives of those who are beyond hope has been unmatched. The other 2 winners of the state JC awards are state reps Barry Hobbins of Saco and Frank P. Wood of Sanford. Joseph Ritchie would also try running for governor of Maine. Real quick, this JC group, of course, it's a mockery of Jesus Christ's initials because this is a Masonic-controlled institution. They get them while they're kids, whether it's Rainbow Girls, Demolay, or the JCs, the Junior Chamber. So we have our oak leaf or whatever, the wreath, of course, surrounding the shield. Here's their creed. Let's see if it sounds a little familiar. The JC Creed. We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life, that the brotherhood of men transcends the sovereignty of nations. So there are 3 points in that second line. The brotherhood of men. Sounds like Freemasonry. Transcending. Sounds like Freemasonry. And transcending the sovereignty of nations. Sounds a lot like Freemasonry. Continuing. That economic justice can best be won by free men through free enterprise. That government should be of laws rather than of men. That Earth's great treasure lies in human personality. And that service to humanity is the best work of life. So you're probably like, Jay, what are you talking about? How is this a Masonic-controlled institution? Well, a quick search brings you to millennialfreemason.com. And you know what? They have an article all about the Junior Chamber and the Young Freemason Network. This is from May 10th, 2011. In my own perceived duty as a young Mason dedicated to getting our craft to recognize and realize the potential of young Masons, I've stumbled upon a wonderful group of Masons in Australia. In the state of South Australia, there exists a group of Freemasons founded in 2009 specifically dedicated to young Freemasons called the Young Freemasons Network. The group restricts membership to brothers and petitioners under the age of 40. What a brilliant idea! Although I love hanging out with brothers of every age, sometimes it's nice to hang out with brothers my age. The JCs are built on a similar model. The JCs restrict membership to members under the age of 41. The idea of JC is to help young professionals find opportunities for networking and to develop their skills. There you go. Disgusting. So this group, the JCs, is responsible for picking people like Joseph Ritchie at a young age who's destined to be powerful, a millionaire, connected to the mafia, an abuser of children, systemic abuser of children, an incredibly sick man, owner of a gambling horse racing track. He ran for governor. So yeah, this is just awful. And look what their symbol is. Does that look familiar? That's the UN flat Earth map. That's the logo of the UN. It's not just a flat Earth. It has 33 sections in it. This is a joke. And then we go back to the testing center today, and what do we have? Or this is a VAX center. Patrol 33. Gotta be kidding me. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Elon School. I really, really want you guys to go watch that documentary tonight. Elon School was a private, co-educational, and controversial residential behavior modification program, therapeutic boarding school, and cult that was active in child abuse. It was in Poland, Maine, Androscoggin County. It was a full member of the National Association of Therapeutic Schools and Programs. The facility was closed down in 2011 due to allegations of abuse, which dated back to its opening in 1970. Here we go again. Elon was located on a 33-acre campus that was formerly a hunting lodge. I went up there a little bit ago, and they've been getting a lot of visitors because of the documentary. So some drunk guy attacked us. Get off the property. We were like, okay. I want to show you a buddy of mine, though. He's got great footage of it. So you can see what it looks like today. And then we'll talk a little bit about the torture that was employed there. And we'll wrap it all up by asking a few questions. I think his channel is something like this. He's got a small channel, so if you subscribe to him, that would be cool. Hopefully it comes up. He does urban exploring. Young kid. Oh no. Maybe I can't find it. That's too bad. Urbex 207. Let's see. Maybe we'll get lucky. Hold on. Yes! I found it. Wait. No, that's not it. Anyway, 33-acre campus. We can talk a little bit about the types of torture they would do. One example was called the ring. I'm sure we can find some pictures online. They would, if someone broke the rules in a certain way, they would be put into a ring surrounded by all the other students, and each student would take turns beating up the kid, fighting. There was no way that the defendant could ever win because 15 kids would all take turns boxing against him, and they would beat the crap out of one another. They would paddle the kids until they were bloody. They would collect all the leftover food, cigarette butts, trash, liquid stuff, and they would pour it over people if they made a mistake or got in trouble. If somebody broke the rules, they would hold what was called a general meeting, where whoever broke the rules would stand up in front of the class, sometimes wearing a dunce cap, sometimes wearing a sign, and they would be ridiculed and screamed at. This is called attack therapy. That's what Joe Ritchie called it, attack therapy. Some children, and this is a boarding school, you don't leave. Nobody has ever escaped. Believe me. Some of them made it to California and were caught and brought back. Some of the punishment even included spending weeks or months, every day, all day, standing in the corner, staring at the wall, or sitting in a chair staring at the wall. Torture. It goes on and on and on and on. Absolute torture. Evil. Absolutely evil. And like I said, the corrupt Maine politicians gave Joe Ritchie warning every time an investigation was called, and the first time an out-of-state investigation happened, they recalled all the kids back to New York. The state of New York, parents were concerned. They sent an inspection in, unannounced, and every single student in that school who was a New Yorker immediately left. The stories you hear in the documentary are shocking. And we have to ask the question, how is all of this allowed to happen? How can someone be connected in the mafia, a drug addict, a criminal, a child abuser? How can they get away with that? Not only get away with it, but run for governor. Have write-ups in the newspaper about how you're one of the greatest youths in Maine of that year. You know what I mean? It's corruption. And we talk about this all the time. How does corruption work? It works behind the scenes. These people are not getting together as representatives and executives of businesses. No, they get together as Freemasons. And it starts young with stuff like D-Molay and the JCs. It's ridiculous, dude. So, let me show you Google Earth. Instead of having this done in a hospital, let's do a little hospital tour. Let's look at just some of the potential places they could be doing testing and the other thing that they started today. There is a massive hospital complex. Hold on. This is Portland, by the way. You guys probably know that. Here's a massive hospital complex right here. They could have done it there. That's a good one. Let's see what else we got here. I happen to live in between three big hospitals, actually. They could have done it. Let's see. Here's the massive hospital where the testing is being done as we speak. Here's the DPW's garage. You see this spot right here? That's where that little garage is for the testing. Instead of here, at a sterile, professional, equipped medical facility. Makes no sense. There's an even bigger one. They could be doing it right here. This is also a massive, well-funded, and safe, sterile environment for doing something like, testing or the other thing. There's actually another one right here. They could do it at this hospital. This hospital's never busy. They got plenty of room. I used to go to AA meetings in this hospital. Half the place is empty all the time. What's going on? Why did they choose Scarborough Downs right here? This building. This closed, decrepit building with boarded up windows, siding falling off. Why are they doing it here? And why is there a private security force? I think the answer is liability. Because this isn't medicine. This is pseudo-medicine. This is witchcraft. This is some of the most evil acts I've ever seen in my life. Remember the last owner of this place, Joe Ritchie, drug addict, child abuser, mafioso, who ran for governor of Maine and was protected by the politicians and news media of Maine so that he could continue abusing children, really abusing children. Yeah, say a prayer for Southern Maine. It's not looking good right now. It's official, though. You can make your appointment, and we're in business, guys. It has started. Doesn't it look so nice and clean? And I think we all know who's behind this. Hope you guys have a great day. Be safe. Take care. If this video goes down, I'm going to be banned for a week. Hopefully not. Cross our fingers. See you in the next one.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well-trained, well-equipped, and battle-hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1944. Much has happened since the Nazi triumphs of 1940-41. The United Nations have inflicted upon the Germans great defeats in open battle, man to man. Our air offensive has seriously reduced their strength in the air and their capacity to wage war on the ground. Our home fronts have given us an overwhelming superiority in weapons and munitions of war, and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.